This is the headquarters of the JSC group of companies affectionately known as Russian Leather. There are 480,000 square meters of production capacity. Russian Leather enjoys about 30% of the total leather production in Russia. The factory facility has more than 800 units of modern equipment.
When you first set out on this, you were not going to start with the CRM project. You were only going to do the accounting part of the project. So what was the main motivation to launch CRM earlier than the main part of the ERP?
Well, according to traditional wisdom, our sequence looks all wrong. But time has now moved on and we don't regret it at all. Of course, we still have some issues. For example, on one hand, we don't have full integration. But on the other hand, when we implemented the CRM system, a number of interesting ideas appeared that positively influenced the activities of our sales and marketing services. In particular, the product catalog was significantly changed. Marketing profiles of customers and products were added. If we'd not done this CRM stage first, we would have been facing a significant amount of changes later on during the integration of the CRM system with the ERP.
So now you have about 50,000 product combinations in your catalog?
Yes, and we've found ways to manage it. So the first reason for leading with CRM is that we wanted to understand what we might encounter later.
So you used it to get a feel for the project?
And the second reason was we wanted to give our commercial department something to cheer them up a bit. Participation in projects like these can often change people's views of their own world.
At first you thought that there would be no enthusiasm at all from the staff, but actually we didn't meet any serious issues, and in general everything went well in the project. In the beginning, naturally, there were some teething problems of course, but just a month later it was stabilized.
The main difficulty we faced was the large volume of our system processes. They were all completely different and are all perceived differently by different people. We thought that we could manage the project with just the commercial departments, but in fact finance people, economists and technologists all participated as well. In the end though, the main burden of work fell to the IT, finance and economic teams.
One of the key goals was to build a stable demand forecast for your corporate sales, based on the sales funnel in CRM, which could then be used for high-level planning. Are you getting closer to that?
I expect to see much greater benefits to come, not so much from the forecasting of demand and sales, but from the fact that the CRM system itself will help to instill reliable processes for our managers in terms of common disciplines and planning activities.
And they can now be more predictable.
As a result, we began to build relationships with our customers in a different way. We look much more closely at them now and consider the types of products that they buy much more deeply.
Is this the kind of activity that affects your product plans?
It's having that understanding of the real market value. We realized it's not so much about how our products look when it goes out the door, but more about how it looks in the hands of our customers, their final product, what our products will ultimately be used for. If we can get a little more visibility along the planning supply chain, this will give us greater accuracy in our demand forecasting, which in turn we can then enter into our CRM.
Yes, that would be very cool. So how's that going to work out now? I understand there's going to be an exhibition in Paris soon, and it'll be the first event where we'll try to do a full cycle. From the moment when somebody leaves a business card, we'll scan the business card, the information will enter CRM as a potential customer, and when that opportunity reaches the sales funnel, we'll be able to calculate the effectiveness of participating in the event. This is of course very cool. I remember when we first discussed CRM 9 months ago, it didn't seem possible to me at all.
Well, we had no vision for this back then. But as a result of working on this system, it turns out that for us at least, exhibitions are the most important marketing promotion activity. And we can judge how effectively they have worked in terms of business development and new customers.
Are there any other thoughts you have now around the development of the marketing or e-commerce areas? What do you think will be the top priority in the near future?
There will be several objectives. The first one is to integrate the CRM and ERP systems and allow managers to work in a single window. The second one is to use the CRM system to enable us to start analyzing the marketing properties of the customer data and create a library of knowledge for each of the different marketing segments. Our company operates in different market segments. Now that we've had some time and experience with our CRM and ERP systems, we can consider a fully fledged e-commerce system. These online stores can be promoted on the social networks and would work really well with our small and medium-sized clients. The larger clients, of course, the global customers, require much more customized service and offers. At the moment, it's quite difficult to buy a small batch from our factory. And now we can link warehouses with logistics to reduce management costs and run promotions through modern communication channels. We see great potential in this area and potential access to foreign markets. Before, we only sold our leather crusts on the foreign markets. Nowadays, we're selling more and more of our finished products as well. We have factories in Spain and in China, where we'll soon be implementing our information systems there as well. So we'll see things much more clearly there too.
So looking ahead from now, you're going to create new high-margin sales channel by improving the service level, quality of forecasts, and increasing automation in customer service. For those services that are small batches, small volumes, high margins, high level of processing, well, I wish you good luck and hope that in a few months we'll be discussing the outcome of the ERP project in the same way as the CRM.
Yeah, I look forward to implementing the ERP system fully, just as well and efficiently as the CRM. There are already many good, successful examples out there, and in the future, many new and interesting projects await us. What we're doing now is not the end point, it's only the foundation.